This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, July 13th, 2018. And the title of this rant is The 2018 Elections, Fear versus Progress. So the House and Senate are going to be heading home. They're going to be finalizing their strategy for how to win the election in 2018. The betrayer of trust is not on the ballot. He will be the elephant in the room, so to speak. But from the Republican standpoint, we know that they cannot run on the tax cuts, which they thought they could be able to run on, because number one, the vast majority of people do not believe that the tax cuts benefited them. The vast majority of people believe that the tax cuts benefited only the wealthy. And we also know that the corporate tax cuts, they didn't use that money to invest in plant and equipment. What they did is they used that money for stock buybacks. So that's off the table. They really haven't done anything else legislatively this time. So it appears as if they're going to have to go back to their old standards of God, guns, and gays, which is all fear. Throw in Hillary, throw in Benghazi, and many of these Republicans, to shore up their base completely, will need to align themselves as close as possible to the positions of the president. And of course, by aligning themselves with the president, who still has negative approval numbers, it is only hopefully going to entice more and more people to vote against these Republicans, because a vote against them is a vote against the against this president. So what are the Democrats going to be running on? Well, number one, we know right now that the advertising by the Democrats for the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, is exceeding the advertising for the Republicans against it, because they know that health care is a winner. And before the election, the insurance companies are going to be coming out with their rates for the following year. And because of the bastardization of Obamacare, look for a lot of these rates to go up quite a bit. Second thing we know that the Democrats are going to be running on is education and infrastructure. But to talk about education, remember, the state of Oklahoma and the state of West Virginia, the teachers went on strike in both those instances for a number of days. And because they were saying, we need a tremendous increase in educational. We need that. And they got a lot of it. And a lot of these teachers, a number of these teachers, are running against the Republicans who voted against increasing education. And that's another thing that we're going to see in the fall, is that we're going to see Democrats saying that the tax cuts to the rich are keeping us from investing in education. And the other thing they're going to say in reference to the tax cuts is we need to stop giveaways to those people who don't need it. So what we're going to have in the fall is basically fear, God's, guns, gays, Hillary, Benghazi, Obamacare, etc., against progress, increases in education, shoring up health care for all Americans. This is progress in one way versus fear. And fear, remember, presidential elections are always about aspirational things. The Democrats are going to be running this on aspirational things: education and health care. And the Republicans are only going to be running on fear. Let's see how it plays out.